New York State Co-Directors, Grandmaster Susan and Grandmaster Jeff Everett. Oklahoma State Director, Master Brian Bowles. Oregon State Director, Master Rich Cluck. You've heard me talk about him before. South Carolina State Director, behind the screen over there, Dwayne Eady. Southwest Texas State Director, Regional Director, Master James Pierce. Oh, okay. Southwest Texas Region, already said that one. Southwest Virginia State Regional Director, Master Jason Gillian. Texas State Director, Grandmaster, whoops, not yet. We'll just say Master Matthew D. and Koviak. These people are the ones that run their region and helps me do what I do best. Without them, I would be lost totally. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for these folks. Thank you. Oh, wait a minute. I missed one. Oh. Southeast Texas State Regional Director, Supreme Master Penny Patasi. Would you ever forgive me? Now, okay. Now, hold on. Wait a minute. I want you to do a 2-second applaud. Stop. And then give a 5-second applaud. Because I messed up. Ready? Go. Who? I did, yeah. No, I mentioned them. That's why they're standing up.
Okay, did you get Cedric?
Jason, I did.
What about Cedric?
Oh, Miami Director. Okay.
That's why I'm here to help.
Cedric, that's your job. Cedric, where are you, son?
Cedric, stand up. I'm behind the talkie. Oh, wait. He was standing.
And on an Apple box too. He runs our Miami area, and that's one heck of a job. I apologize for the error, but I'm going to blame it on my age. So there. God bless you, and thank you for being my backbone. Ugh. You may sit down. I'm looking through all of my stuff, and usually I give out certificates of appreciation. I couldn't find them. I will be mailing them to you. These are the people that make the Hall of Fame function in a better way. Grandmaster Jason Gilliam, Bunkai of Concude, please rise. Master James Pierce, when? When do you do this? When do you do this? And why? Grandmaster Matthew D. and Koviak, handgun defense. Who are you? Miss Molly Capistini. Well, that too. Yeah, cap and stand. Okay. When you cap, then you stand, right? She sung for us for the test and for today. Lovely voice. Now, her better half, Cedric. Are you still standing? Capacity. He did Aikido Ki Ku. All right. That too. All right. Supreme Master Penny Patasi. She did 9 animals. Wonderful job. And the thing of what I like, a couple of these folks, what do you think? Could I have done something better? No. She questioned. She just wants to make sure that the word got across, and she was good. And I told her she was more than good. I would not change a thing. I was very happy for her. Pastor William Motasicki is not able to come tonight. He's got a church in Daytona Beach that needed his assistance toot sweet very quickly. But he was here last night. I'm going to read out his award, in a little bit later, okay? But I want to thank you guys. You did a wonderful job, and I will be sending your certificate of appreciation to you. Give it up for him, please. All right. We be happy so far? Do I want to start crying now or later? Okay, then we'll do the promotions now then. Because I'll need a little bit of room to get myself together. Momentito, please. There's that one. When your name is called and you have your last black belt with you, or whatever color it is, you are required to bring it with you. All right? You do not have a choice in it. If you want to fight me, I will refrain from promoting you. Oh, you laugh. I am a big, nasty guy. I believe in the Bushido rule. Mess with me, and I'll cut your head off. Mess with me, with my family, I will start with the legs and work my way up. I can be one cruel person, and ask me if I care. Not by the hair of your chinny chin chin. This lady here had approached me years ago, didn't even know me or whatever the case may be. Her thing in life, she wanted to be known as a grandmaster. That's fine. And grandmaster starts around 8th degree. Well, she wasn't that. When you meet me for the first time, you don't ask for requests. I never spoke to her for the next 2 or 3 years. And then when I did speak to her, is to promote her to 9th degree. And she had done a wonderful job. She is an independent lady. She came up in the time when women basically were outlawed in the martial arts. They didn't care about what she has accomplished. As far as they're concerned, she didn't accomplish anything in their eyes. But we know better. Today is the first time she ever said, I love you, to me. Who'd have figured? I've been told I love you many times by my wife, and I loved each and individual one. We say it twice a day. When we wake up, and she has to put up with my bad breath. And before we go to sleep. With a bad breath. But that's okay, because that's love. When a friend, and I mean a friend, tells you I love you, that hits here. Whew. It does. It does. It makes me feel like I've done my job. And I have no qualms of saying certificate of rank to recognize the recognition of the successful practice of discipline of the martial arts required by virtue of the authority granted by the United States Martial Arts Association, hereby confer upon Penny L. Shannon to hereby promoted to the rank of 10th degree black belt in the martial art of Shotokan, Karate-Do, and the title of Hanshi, with all of the honors, rights, and privileges thereunto pertaining in witness whereof this certificate signed by the authorized officer of the United States Martial Arts Association, seal of association is granted. Given in Palm Coast, Florida, on the 15th day of July in the year of 2033. As you are the witnesses. Penny. I'm sorry. Go get your belt. Go get the belt. I will not talk to you without that belt. Stand right here, please. This belt signifies many years of commitment, dedication for her position within the martial arts. She has done a great deal. This is a heavy weight to carry around. She must relinquish this belt to a loved one where she knows that it will be safeguarded with their life. Is there anybody here that you want?
There are two people. I cannot choose between my children.
Okay, bring them both up.
One of them's not here. Jason Goodyear is the other one.
All right, both people.
I relinquish this belt to my son, Scott Field Shannon, and to my adopted child, Jason Goodyear.
Tell her anything. Or not.
Like, just like your Boken, everything you give me, it's there. Quentin, Titus, Saya, Trey, everybody who wants it, he'll be there.
I know that. And I know you'll be there.
Yes. Thank you.
Can you help me? You may have to tiptoe. If you'd be so kind to stand right there. All right, face me, please. All right, bring it up here. In the spirit of the mind, the body, and the soul. God bless you, child. I love you too. Please give it up. Thank you. Bow to them. Bow to them. Bow. Bow to them. Bow to them. Bow to them. Tap dance out? No.
I actually can tap
I
that.
bet you can. God bless you. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
We're going to call you back up for some pictures a little bit. Oh, gosh. This guy means a great deal to me. It's not that I've known him the most, but there's just something about when two warriors get together. I was told, oh, this person here is going to come into the studio, into the ballroom in Frederick, Maryland. You got to watch out. He's bad. Very intimidating. All right. I see this joker come through the door. I said, him? I don't feel anything. We took one look at each other. There was chemistry in the air. I looked at a warrior, and I saw a strong man. He looked at a warrior, and he knew that he had some backup, regardless of my experience or whatever. I've learned a great deal from him. His style was bona fide by the United States Martial Arts Association as a true martial arts system. I believe there's been so many other organizations that turned him down. Their loss, our gain. He has always turned down rank privileges. Doesn't need it. Okay, you don't need it. Who cares? But you're going to accept it. You have no options. Master Cluck, please come up with your belt. I'll hug you in a moment.
Yes, sir.
All right? Is there anybody here? There's a lot of heavy weight. This here carries your entire soul, and it's heavy. You have to bear that pain, that weight. Hit me. With someone you love here.
There is. Roseanne, my wife,
She did not want to come up here.
And please suck it up. 31 years. In the event that this goes past you, it'll go to the highest ranking members of Triad. Hey.
Here you go. The same words that I've given Hanshi Penny are the same words for this young man here. I've promoted others to Grandmaster, but no other like this man. He is my friend. He's my soul partner, whether he knows it or not. But I think he knows it. I'll give that to you in a little bit, if it stays. How about that? You're a good man.
Thank you.
I think your mom and your brother will keep it. See, they like you. Way up there. Way up there. In the spirit of the mind and of the body and of the soul, I'm not going to hit you. God bless you. Louis, give me a hug. Wait. Hold that thought. Stay right here. This is out of place. However, there are some people here that want to honor you. Shall I call them up? Quit looking over there. Triad members, please come forward. I've worked with one of them years ago, trained with them a couple of times. You couldn't ask for a finer organization. They will take care of you. They will watch your back. If you're going into the mouth of the tiger, they will follow. You want me to hold it for you?
Thank you, sir. With a promotion like this, it is customary to present edged weapon at times. That's what this is. So we came together, produced this just as a token of our appreciation. Has our logo, today's date, a forged edge weapon, and our signatures on the bottom side, signifying today's date. Grandmaster. When do you read that? You're laughing now. I genuinely had no plan to get this old. The Triad family is honored to recognize Grandmaster Rich Cluck for your contributions to each family member shall live on through all of us. July 15, 2023, Nin Tai.
Vamos para acá, por favor. A little bit. There you go. It's all right, big guy. I did it. I do the best I can. For your ninth, you shed. I loved it. You guys are great. You really are. More than you think you are. Louis, thank you. You're okay. I don't care what they said about you. need a shopping cart. Several years ago, I got a telephone call by an individual looking for another organization. I said, okay. That call lasted 2, maybe 3 hours. And I told him, I think you'd called the right number. It was by mistake. It was the best call that he has ever done. He was down and out, about ready to kick in the martial arts. No pun intended. He had an instructor that was mentally torturing him. He wasn't aware of it while it was happening, but that's what mind-body control does. And then when it hits you, you want to throw in the towel. We had a heart-to-heart talk many, many times. And I changed his mind. I said, you got a lot more to you, and then allowing this individual to take it away from you. The conversation was so intense. There was some silence on both sides. I had to keep my composure, but I know what was going on his side. And I could hear it. He was weeping, which is okay. He probably subdued it many, many times, which actually makes the issue more difficult. I hate looking at you. He was hungry for knowledge. And during that conversation, I said, well, I'm putting on an instructor certification course. You interested? Yeah, okay. That was about a week long, wasn't it, if I could recall? He showed up, and I made an instructor course about as pleasing as you can. I cursed. It's okay. The chief of police from Maryland City, he was good for it. And then I said, okay, you guys, y'all ever stop cars? You heard it many times. I said, y'all ever stop cars for speeding or whatever? Well, yeah. I said, okay. Did you ever make them take the keys out of the ignition? No, why do I want to do that? For your safety, stupid. I said, okay. I've got this van outside. And I told that guy over there with all that brass, get in the front seat, put the belt on, put your hand on the steering wheel, have the car run. Yeah, I had you started. I don't remember. But anyway, I told him, what I want you to do, I stopped you, and I want you to curse at me. He said, what? I said, you're an irate person. I just gave you about a $100 ticket or whatever. And then he started mouthing off, and some words come out. A Christian would be embarrassed by some of the words that come out of his mouth. 2, maybe 3 seconds later, he was out of that truck on the ground looking up at me and said, what did you do? I said, I took you out of my truck. He said, how did you do it? I said, with great expertise. I want to know how you did it. Well, I took your hand off the steering wheel and I did all this. I pulled out, took the belt off of it, took the keys out of the ignition, pulled you out the window, and boom, down you went. You go, damn. Watch your filthy mouth, kid. I said, I can teach you a lot more. And we've been more than just friends. We've been brothers ever since. He always had somebody to turn to, somebody to cry to, somebody to talk to him on equal terms. I don't mix my words. And he knew exactly what I'm talking about. That police officer right there is one of the best friends I've ever had. And as with Rich Cluck, we would go to battle together, and I know my back is covered. He knows that his back is covered. I would watch his 6, he would watch mine, and we will be fine. Our friendship has lasted over 30 years, I think. 26 years? Hey, so there's a little bit of change. Tonight, I'm not going to read the words, but it's the same thing. Matthew D. and Koviak. Well, that's all I'm going to say. No? Is hereby promoted to the rank of 8th degree black belt in the martial arts of Krav Maga, title of Grand Master. Do you have, okay. You have to give that to somebody of your family, your blood. And now you have to choose. Many years ago, I started this thing. I tested his wife for her first degree. She had a mixed family there. Children from a previous. He had a child there. They had children together. I said, you have to select a person to give the belt to. She was so caught between, oh my God, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I said, I understand, but you have to choose. Life gives you a lot of things that you have to do, and you might be heartbroken to do it. I forget exactly how she handled it, but she started crying, and then she got me going, and it doesn't take much for me. This man broke down. There were about, 200 people as an audience? They were all down, but the funniest individual, a huge cop, he was keeping guard on the back door. And he was animatic when he cried. I said, my goodness. Because of that stopped me from crying. So, as we were going, did you make your selection?
It's pretty simple, Stephanie. So Stephanie's been my life partner, married 25 years this November. And my martial art partner, we've run schools together, trained thousands of students together, literally. 4 locations. She's partnered senior rank with Brian as my only other master right now. So not only do my legacy of life, but my legacy of martial arts belongs to her. And she'll make sure that it's carried on past me to the appropriate child or the appropriate black belt.
His last promotion, I changed the belt just a little bit. If you notice, Steph, if you notice at the very end of the belt, there's a little Japanese word on there. It's in Japanese. It's called Nintai. And Nintai is what we're all about. Preservation, all right? Where's my buddy? You're a good man. Up here. In the spirit of the mind and the body and of the soul. God bless you. Hug your daddy. Would you like a certificate?
Sure.
Okay. I figured that's what you were handing. Just give me the paper and get out of my face. I'll be calling you guys back up momentito. This next person came to me out of pure luck. He tested for his first degree 2 years ago in the same building. When he came to me is because I came down here on 2016 for Christmas, and I was asked by my son if I wouldn't mind doing a self-defense seminar. They weren't allowed to do them themselves, but that was the school owner. They're choosing. That's fine. I gave the seminar, and when it was over, this young man and his dad said, if I ever moved down here and opened up a studio, they would be my first students. They did, or I did, and they were. Y'all saw him test last night, and you had a great amount of positive responses, especially when that young lady over there was kicking his butt. he's never witnessed a hook kick coming from It's almost like Beauty and the Beast. I love this young man. He is my other son. I've got sons all over the place. His name is Shane Lee. You're messing with me now. I had it right the first time. And then you give me this look. Made me feel guilty. Get up here. Over your many years of martial arts, how many? How long have you been doing martial arts?
10?
You're
10.
asking me?
10.
I want an answer, not a question. How old are you? 10? Only one person asked the questions. You have to choose. Or you can choose one or the other or both. Oh, my God.
My mom and my dad?
If you want them both to come up here and receive and hold on to that until you have your own children, and then it'll go to them. Tell them to come up.
Dad, Mom, come up, please.
This represents his youth is disappearing. He has become a warrior, and I'm going to make him even a nastier warrior. I know you're going to hate it every moment of the day, but as you get older, you're going to be moving slower. Your teeth are going to fall out. Someone's got to protect you, and this is the man that will do it, all right? Look at you. Look at you. You got the button backwards. Good. Normally I would take that. But you're relieving him of this pressure. You will save this until it's the right time when you may take it back or give it back, all right? Give him a hug. You want me to say the words?
Yes, sir.
You like that, huh? Okay. Certificate of rank, Shane Lie. I'm going to hurt you. Is hereby promoted to the rank of second degree black belt in the martial arts of Uchinu, Shorin-ryu, Karate-do, and Kubudo, title of sensei, and all the rights of there. All right? You're a fantastic trooper. In the spirit of the mind and of the body and of the soul. Oos. Congratulations. Give me a hug. Thank you. I'm gonna call you back up with the other folks too. We need a group picture. This young man here, he works hard, tries to do a great job, and for the most part, he does. He's made his errors in the studio, and I get on his case. He's made errors here that are fixable. He'll be gone to Panama for about 3 weeks, but upon his arrival home, everybody's heard the word, as soon as you get your first degree, now it's time to start training. He has never experienced the training that he's going to get. The other judges, 2 judges, they want to view him in the future to my choice of time. It'll be at least 6 months. He will be more perfected, more smooth than anybody can ever imagine. I hold the other 2 judges with great esteem. They've already been up here tonight, and I mentioned how much I care for them. I care for this young man too. First time I mentioned that he's going for his promotion, I thought he was going to die. He was scared to death, and that's okay. That's all right. He had to overcome a few things. In our system, if you wear a white uniform, which he did when he started with me a couple of years ago, that represents purity. You have not been overtaken by evil at any possibility. You're clean. You haven't sinned. Evil is so strong. When it starts to infest you, you have black pants and a white top. The purity is doing its best to overcome the thing that can harm you. I let them know all the time about the evil. And they say, well, you wear a solid black belt. I says, it shows you how strong evil can be. It will leave your head alone. You will fight day in and day out to become the best martial artist, the best warrior that you can ever be. If you ever give up, whatever reason, that evil will overtake you and you will surely die. An awful death, something that you never want to experience. I've seen awful death out there. And when I see some of my students that could progress beyond that, I'm a happy camper. And I'll be happy to shake this young man's hand when he comes up. This is John A. Stevenson, to hereby promoted to the rank of first-degree black belt in the martial arts of Uchinu Shorin-ryu Karate with the title of Sensei. John, please come up. All right, that's a lot of weight. You got to give it up to somebody that will take care of you, take that load off, and this here will help that individual learn how to calm down themselves. This is almost like a good vitamin because you have great support from everybody. But if they work too hard, you may lose that support, and that would be too sad. Who would you like to give this to?
My father.
This is Mark Stevenson. Want to say something to him?
Thank you for everything.
Do you love
That's
him?
yeah, I love you.
Well, then, give him a hug. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. As they say in Vietnam, Didi Mao. You're a good man. John. Ollie, oxen free. Thank you. You keep backing up. Don't back up. I'm not going to bite you. The spirit of the mind and the body and the soul. I will hit you. Congratulations. Give me a hug. I have a gift for John. I mentioned that we have, as black belts, authorized a solid black uniform. This here reminds you all the time that evil will surround you. It will take you over. So when you come back from your vacation, you'll see why evil will be at your beck and call, and you will thwart it away. When I wrap something, I do a good job. I'll take it. Show them everything. The patches, everything. Right. Congratulations. There you go. You got it. Have a good vacation. This is a unique year of giving taking, and all of the above. Grandmaster Rich Cluck and his partner Joe Bannon, which he cannot make it for medical reasons. He's a tough cookie. He says, I'll get there by hook or by crook. I said, Joe, I love you, but we're here for celebration. We're not here to go to a funeral. You will get your award in the mail. And he did a couple of days ago. Very honorable individual. He was a Secret Service agent for a while. He had to guard, what the heck is her name? Hillary Clinton. He says it was the worst job ever. She actually hated all the Secret Service. And said, you take a bullet because you get paid for it. Now, any other reason? I said, wow, okay. However, between Mr. Cluck, Mr. Bannon, they produced Triad. Great organization. Well, we joined the group, made it, my wife and myself, and made it a bona fide martial arts. We were invited and, to portray in their training, and it was great. There we were out in Oregon. We were in Maryland. My wife had cancer. She was under chemo a lot. They gave her 4.5 years, so she lived for 9. The training that Triad does will make a grown man cry. Oh, God, does it. But it makes a better person out of you. We get there. There's a gentleman from New Zealand, I think. Yeah, strong as an ox. He was dying on the floor. This is just the basics. I had my fat butt there, I just walled around. There's little I could do. But they were gracious. They wouldn't let me do a lot. I wanted to do some of the hard stuff. He said, absolutely not, Hans. I said, okay. But anyway, we're all in this big old circle. There was 16 of us, I think. And she's whooping these exercises out like, no big deal. This strong monster is dying over there. He did all of the squats. But he was so strong, so big, and it tired him out to doing a push-up. Judy gets up, walks across the floor, helps him. Everybody was watching her as she was walking. Well, she's already had a few conversations with him, but that's beside the point. And she helps him out. He looks at her, little bitty Judy, about yay big. She pats him on the back, and I think she hit him on the ass when she walked away. That's her style. And so she goes back over there, whips it out. Wow. Oh, yeah, she was a tough cookie. She was. Did everything that they did, and they didn't allow her to do certain things like the obstacle course. She wanted to, but she was under chemo, and her oncologist would have had a fit. Okay, so we get out in the gun range, and we're popping some coins, and she went home with some shrapnel. Oncologist had a fit, and I got a little bit here and there. Didn't say nothing. What they don't know doesn't bother me. But the impact that Judy had on them was so profound. It was a wonderful thing. I never noticed it. She and I were together for 33 years, and I was just watching her as an individual. She was my partner in life, a real soulmate. I keep hearing that term. But unless you experience it, you don't know. It's awesome. But we go back out there the second time, a couple of years later. She and I climbed 5 volcanoes. They were dormant, of course, but 5. We were late to get in town, had to spend the night at at the airport, and she was not a happy camper. Her cancer was getting to her. I said, why don't you just stay in a hotel? She said, no, we come together to this trainings. So she went. She did what she could. And of course, she asked Roseanne Cluck, can you take me to the hotel? She never quit at all. But she had no choice. She just ran out of steam. And it happens. Yeah, she was a great lady. Never wanted to be up front. When she passed, I hate saying that word. When she left me, the impact was delivered to all of the Triad team members. Chris, the gentleman that was up here, he was having some muscle pains and all this good stuff. And he didn't ask her for any help, but she told him exactly how to fix it. Okay, so he goes to the store, buys what she said, and it was working within a day. So he gained respect from that. And just the way that she performed. Now, what we trained for, most of you wouldn't even want to go that route. We would. If they called, we'd been there in a heartbeat. And I was so proud of what she was doing. She even pushed me to go a little bit further, but that was her way. I wasn't going to do one particular training, and so I just stood by her. Master Cluck, he gets out there on the range, and I'm looking. He says, Hanshi, come here. I go, oh, no. So, can I talk about that? Sure. Okay. So, we get back to back each other, and he said, you'll be fine. He walks away, turns around. I have to get on the other side. Well, I got two targets behind him. I don't see them. He's got two targets behind me. How could he see them? Well, that's because I was a fat boy. The thing is, somebody would shoot around. We have to pull and start shooting at a target we don't see. As soon as you put 1 foot forward, then you're visible. We're walking towards each other. Pop, 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 pop. And I was so nervous until I popped the first cap. And I felt like I was at home. I was back in Vietnam. This is where I belong. He pushed me to the limit that I would never forget. Judy's over there saying, yeah, you did it. I said, did what? We have to search, it's called a wet check. We're touching, we're feeling each other. We're not filling each other up. That's different. That was later on at midnight. But we have to, when you have that kind of energy running through your body, you may not know that you're bleeding. And so we have to check each other to make sure. You feel around, you smell your hands, because you have that specific smell of blood. Everything was fine. And you pushed me off the field, back to back, if I call. So it's like I'm here, he's leaning on me. He's watching my six, I'm watching the front and side doors, and he's pushing as we were going. All right, so we get back, critique time. And they said, you did a real good job. I said, I'm not sure what you did. Judy said, I think you did great. She wasn't able to do it. And I told everybody else, I'm not sure who you were looking at. Even my friend over there. He said, you were doing all of the right things at the right time. You didn't do anything wrong. And Judy, she kept shaking her head. She always had a positive statement for everybody. All of Triad loved her. When she died, I received a phone call by Richard. It's before I got the package. And he says, Judy just left, didn't she? I said, yeah. He said, what time? It was on a Sunday about 2 o'clock. I said, why? He says, he had a hummingbird that has never been around his house ever. come up to his nose. He said, "That's Judy." And she would do that. She would find a way to say goodbye to all that she loved. I received a package with so many letters about what all of the triad members meant to her, to us, about her. And I got a plaque endorsed by every member with the request: we want to make sure that you have the proper category that would be fitting a woman of that magnitude. It would be equivalent as the Medal of Honor for the military. It's the Judith Rankin Anti-Award. Well, they made certain requirements, and I'm saying, well, can't they be modified a little bit? Because I'd like for somebody, somewhere, to be able to get this. And so they said, okay, we'll lighten up a little bit, but you still have to walk on water like Jesus. I said, really? They wanted it to be impossible for anyone to follow in Judy's shoes. I appreciate their love and affection for that lady. I said, she would not want that. She never wanted to be center stage at all. And she left in 16. In 16, we got your phone call, and I got the plaque and the letter. After a lot of discussion, we all agreed on certain things. The nominee must have been or still be with an organization, dojo, academy, school, etc., for no less than 10 years. This establishes commitment. We modified that a little bit. Nominee must be an active lifetime member in the USMAA. When nominating a person, there shall be a minimum of 3 people involved in the process. There were 4 this time. The nominee should be recognizable to more than one person. These 3 shall be listed individually and submit a formal letter for consideration to Hanshi William Rankin. Every attribute must be satisfied or an immediate disqualification will be used. All qualities to be met without question to be considered. The nominee shall be the embodiment of all the virtues, not just the 8, which is Nintai. Nominees shall think lightly of themselves, but deeply for others consistently. I've had people say, hey, I want to nominate my husband for that award. Why? Oh, because I love him very much. Bye. No go. Nominees shall have the ability to speak the truth, then face the truth. Judy did that every single day. Nominee should have the absolute innate ability to inspire others for the betterment of all. And she lived for that statement. Nominee shall be an ambassador in life as well as the chosen art form in which they practice. Nominees shall never be boastful. Humility and respect shall be hallmark of their respective life. Award will go to that particular individual who has looked at death and persevered in the face of it, is not afraid to take that extra step regardless of their present condition, will never complain about their situation, but will move forward in spite of it. Nominations for this category will be sent to the group that originated this category. For further details regarding this category, contact Grandmaster Rankin. All documentation must be valid by the board. That has been accomplished. The board got together. We argued. They wanted my personal view, and they were waiting for it. I said, okay. And I told the other people on the board, Judy never wanted to be argued about. She never wanted me to be placed up front. And I said, I can tell you honest, with all of our arguing that we're doing now, she said, throw the damn thing away. Just put it in the trash. You could have heard a pin drop. Well, what does that mean, Hanshi? I said, well, let me explain. And then the nomination for this year, I gave my viewpoints about what could be death, what could be impending death, what could be evading death. And these people, they listened intently, and they accepted my decision. What do you think? Shall we or shall we not? I said, with everything that I have heard, seen, and what I feel, I said, matter of fact, Judy would say the same thing. And the approval was set. Would you be so kind to come up, sir? Mm-hmm. What started all of this was a letter. Where'd you go? I'm gonna hurt you real bad. All right, here's everything that you sent. You'll have to turn the pages by yourself. There's a lot.
Yes, sir. Invictus Martial Arts, Arlington, Texas, to the office of Dr. William Rankin, Supreme Grandmaster, 10th degree black belt, Chief Instructor, Rankin Martial Arts Founder, International Director, United States Martial Arts Association. From the office of Chief Matthew David Koviak, 7th degree black belt, now 8th. It was a long time ago. Chief Instructor, Invictus Martial Arts Director, Department of Public Safety, Newman International Academy, Texas State Director, United States Martial Arts Association, Sergeant Arms, United States Martial Arts Association. RE, Judith B. Rankin, Nintai nomination. 14th day of January, 2023.
Person's name, just at this
Yes, sir.
person.
Grandmaster Rankin, I pray this finds you healthy and at peace. I'm humbled and honored to share with you and the association my thoughts on Nintai. As you know, I've had the privilege of personally knowing Grandmaster Judith Rankin as a friend, mentor, teacher, mother figure for a long time prior to her battle with cancer and her passing.
She brings out the best.
Yeah, she does. She was much more, and specifically meant more to me, than any words could any of these words correspondence. I can't see my words because I'm crying like a child up here, excuse me. Than any words in this correspondence could ever do justice. Likewise, her impact on the martial arts continues to ripple to this day. She was a pioneer for generations of women martial artists. She never sought recognition, and she was always happy to be seen simply as a supporting role to your legacy. However, in that humility and selfless service to you and this association, she created an incredible legacy for herself. I see her and her way in so many women and men that I know in the martial arts. I see her in my wife, Stephanie. I also see her in many other women we have had the privilege to share our martial arts way with. Mama Judith spoke to me often about my role and responsibilities in raising and promoting women in the martial arts as equals to their male counterparts. She was clear in her instructions to me that she did not mean that there would be a two-tier system of training or requirements, for one for males and another for females. She was adamant that there must be one standard for all martial artists, no matter their gender. She encouraged and coached me alongside you to become the martial artist and master instructor, now grandmaster, that I am today. I never observed her seeking special treatment because she was your spouse. In fact, I observed the exact opposite. She accepted every challenge and lived beyond expectations when most would seek quarter. She exemplified strength, wisdom, indomitable spirit, and without question, she embodied Nintai. She demonstrated what it meant to be an unconquerable warrior. Nintai is her legacy. When the Judith B. Rankin Nintai Award was announced many years ago, I felt it would be nearly impossible to find someone along my journey in the martial arts that could demonstrate Nintai as Judith seemed to simply just live out. It seemed God broke the mold when he created and then called Judith home. The world truly is less than it was when the world was truly less than with her gone. However, in God's way, he regularly surprises those who follow him. Sir, I respectfully and judicially make the following and first nomination to you and the association for an individual to be awarded the Judith B. Rankin Nintai Award. I can speak both personally and professionally to this individual's character, dedication, sacrifice, and abilities. Beyond my personal and direct observations, I have spoken with numerous individuals that have served and sacrificed alongside this individual over the past 20 years in his military service. I've also spoken with those charged to lead this individual. Everyone, and I mean everyone, knows and speaks of him highly. This individual for the past 2 decades has demonstrated an embodiment of all the virtues of an unconquerable warrior. And even though through severe service-connected injuries, he would not walk with self-righteous or arrogance. I have discovered that he thinks lightly of himself and speaks deeply for others. In fact, he, at great personal risk and cost, gave to others that had not earned those risks taken for their good. He has saved countless lives in the actions that he has shouldered for all of us. He continuously and consistently placed the needs of others and our country ahead of his personal needs. He has spoken truth when others were reluctant to speak truth. His life has measured and exerted truth in ways most would not understand. In combat, he demonstrated an absolute, intimate ability to inspire others to accomplish the most complex and dangerous missions. He has demonstrated the highest level of martial skills with humility. He continuously mentors and coaches others for their betterment. This individual has earned the trust of many elite warriors to the degree realized by few and to a level that they must trust their very lives into his hands and decisions. He has lived the warrior way and has been an ambassador through his life and career for the warrior craft. Specifically, he established bridges between Tier 1 SWAT operators across the United States and the most elite special operator the military deploys for sharing the knowledge that was earned through the shedding of blood of my brothers in arms. In all of my direct and personal interaction with him, I've never seen him to be boastful. A hallmark of his way is respect and humility, which was likely birthed in the journey littered with questions and failures, married to wisdom and successes in darkness, the most darkest places in the world has to offer. To say that this individual has looked death directly in its face and persevered is an understatement to the service requirements to our country of which it asked of him. And when tired, injured, and there was no clear path to success, this individual persevered and took steps necessary to improve those conditions to discover the path to operational success. Despite a life that the only easy day was yesterday, he is known for being a positive force no matter the situation. He understands that the easy path is for the weak of mind, while difficult journey is well worth it. He understands and has demonstrated a life of selfless service and sacrifice. Honorable Sir, I would like to humbly introduce my friend. Do I read his name now? I won't read his name yet. Who has been part of the Naval Special Warfare Tactical Development and Evolution Squadron 1, retired. This individual is a Navy SEAL, a native of Missouri. He was born and raised in a small rural town of Canton in northwest Missouri. He enlisted in the Navy 9 days after graduating from high school in June 3rd of 2002. After completing basic training in Great Lakes, Illinois, within the Masters of Arms, upon receiving orders to which referred to as BUDS, Basic Underwater Demolitions Training, in May of 2004, this individual graduated Class 252 in February of 2005. After completing Army Airborne training and SEAL Qualification Training, SQT. He was assigned to SEAL Team 4 from 2005 to 2009. In May of 2009, this individual began a grueling 6-month selection course for Naval Special Warfare Group known as SEAL Team 6. He completed the selection course and was assigned to SEAL Team 6, TAC Devron 2 in November 2009. He spent almost a decade in TAC Devron 2 before finishing out his 13 years with Navy SEAL Team 6, TAC Devron Group 1, where he had led the most elite warfare fighters in the troop chief position. Through his time in the Navy Special Warfares, he deployed as part of Joint Task Force in support of the global war on terrorism and support of multiple overseas contingency operations worldwide. An important detail is that when situations devolve, the President of the United States of America has no other option when he needs to call 911. That call is answered by SEAL Team 6. This individual and his brothers in arms were and are tasked with the most sensitive, difficult, dangerous missions faced by our country's military. Through this individual's distinguished career, his decorations include Bronze Star with Valor, Defense Meritorious Service, 2 Joint Service Commendations, Naval Commendation Medal, 2 Joint Service Achievement Medals, Navy Achievement Medal, Combat Action Ribbon, and numerous other campaign medals to include the Distinguished Meritorious, I can't remember the other one. I'll get to it. He just got awarded another huge one, and I wish I'd had it on here. He has learned to become comfortable in the uncomfortable. His storied military career can be summed up as an end tie. This individual is married to his beautiful wife, Claire, and their 2 children, Lennox and Leia. They reside in a property in Knox Landing, North Carolina, with their family pet, a Belgian mountain one named Weston. They are establishing a co-residency in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. In 2002, this individual established the Galagos Guardian Group. His company continues the mission he started while he was on SEAL Team 6, connecting the most elite military special operators with Tier 1 SWAT teams from local, state, federal law enforcement agencies across the United States so that they can share the knowledge and experience that they've learned in combat. His company provides team and individual training opportunities across the country related to tactics and the warcraft. In 2021, this individual completed his undergraduate degree in entrepreneurship through the American Military University. Since his retirement and acceptance, he has accepted an appointment as my assistant chief at the Newman International Academy Department of Public Safety, and he is our assistant chief of police. He is responsible for training and has established strategic, operational, and tactical policies and procedures to address active threats against the most vulnerable communities within our country, schools. It is without hesitation I fully endorse, I trust, and humbly nominate this individual to be awarded the United States Martial Arts Association Judith B. Rankin Nintai Award and recommend him for induction in the United States Martial Arts Association Hall of Fame. Respectfully submitted, Master Matthew David Ankoviak.
Chief Lindsay, front and center. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up. Right there, sir. On the pavement, on whatever that is. United States Martial Arts Association Certificate of Induction in recognition of a true Nintai warrior. Hereby confers that Trey Lindsay to hereby inducted into the United States Martial Arts Association International Martial Arts Hall of Fame, Martial Arts Style of Invictus Martial Arts, category Judith Rankin Nintai. Yeah. You understand. And witness whereof this certificate signed by the authorized officers of the United States Martial Arts Association and seal of the association is granted. Okay, granted, yeah. This is what's left of the board. Master Joe Bannon, he was the gentleman that I mentioned earlier that medically cannot come up. Each one of us will be touching this. All 3 of us will be giving it to you. Please turn around. Face all of your friends. Please give it up for him.
I'm not expecting this. Thank you. Yeah, thank you all very much. I was not expecting this. Got invited by my good buddy Matt, the Grand Master in Kovac. Was not prepared to do a speech. I thought I was just going to be supporting him in his event, but I'll keep this very short and sweet. Every time I've done a training evolution, whether I still on active duty or since I started my company or any type of speech whatsoever, I like to end with a very short but very sweet phrase. God bless the U.S. military. God bless all domestic law enforcement. In this case, also, God bless the United States Martial Arts Association, and God bless the United States of America. Let's continue to keep this country as safe as we possibly can within the boundaries and guidelines we are given. Thank you all very much. Truly an honor. I was not expecting this. Thank you all.
Take your seats, please. Okay. This gentleman here is in memory of, just a moment. We have a certificate that will be accepted by Scott Scherer. Are you still over there? Oh, duh, you're right here. He has a few words that he wants to mention about Grandmaster Victor Hughes.
Thank you. On behalf of Grandmaster Hughes's wife, Kim, and their family, and the people that trained under him on the West Coast, thank you very much, sir. And a little background about Mr. Hughes here real quick, and I need these darn things, unfortunately. Bear with me, please. Master Hughes started his martial arts training while stationed with the Marines in Japan. He was accepted as a student by Master Nanota, who was a direct descendant of a samurai family. Grandmaster Hughes was the first non-Japanese student that Master Nanota accepted. Training was from the origin of the martial arts, strenuous, intense, hardcore, i.e. training for hardening the hands, body for breaking and one-strike kills. Grandmaster Hughes received the rank of black belt directly from Master Nanota. Hughes also met his wife, Kinyo, Kim for short, as we all called her, while based in Japan, and the two were married shortly afterwards. Before long, Grandmaster Hughes was deployed to Vietnam, where he served 3 tours and was highly decorated for his role in combat. Hughes came back to the States, in his words, looking like a blown-up, shot-up, bayoneted chunk of hamburger. Nothing like the chiseled Marine his wife had married. He underwent numerous surgeries for his injuries and was classified 100% disabled, and was told he may never walk again and would have very limited use of his extremities. Through all this, his wife Kinyo, Kim, stayed by his side. Hughes described her as loyal, loving, patient, and very dedicated. He said that any other woman probably would have left him during this ordeal. After beating the odds and getting back on his feet, Master Hughes decided he wanted to atone for some of the things he had to do while in country as a combat Marine, and would do so by giving the young men and women in his area a better path through the martial arts. In '71, Hughes began teaching out of his house in Paradise Hills, San Diego, thus the origin of DOC's karate, defense, offense, and common sense. Hughes was an originator of mixed martial arts. He decided to combine traditional karate with other forms, such as judo, boxing, wrestling, aikido, and street fighting. He felt that having a mixed martial art would make his students well-rounded. He still insisted his students learn the traditional Shorin-ryu Shubukan forms and stated that we must remember and honor where we came from while we focus on the future. Grandmaster Hughes decided their uniforms would go from traditional white to black, since they were now a mixed martial art. And at that time, you could not buy a black gi. So all the students had to dye their own uniforms. And a quote from Master James Platt, who was one of his top students: "The workouts were strenuous. We started with a 1-mile run, barefoot, followed by stretching, calisthenics, strength building exercises, martial arts training, followed by another run and more calisthenics. Basically, we were treated like Marine recruits. All students were required to learn and lead the workout routine in perfect order and lead the run." Master Platt was promoted to 8th degree by Master Hughes on June 12, 2004, and directed to take over the dock system upon his death. After Grandmaster Hughes passed in 2000, his family sent Master Hughes's belt to James Platt and asked him to continue the teachings. In summary, I have personally had the privilege of running into students of mine after they had been away for years and have them give me a solid handshake or a big hug and thank me for the time and effort that we had put into them, and tell me how much of a difference we made in their lives. And it's at that very point that we know we have done something right and shared Grandmaster Hughes's legacy correctly. This is not about us. This is about honoring our instructor and our instructor's instructor. And through that, and through this, the legacy of our masters and instructors live on. Grandmaster Hughes was never after the money or the fame. He genuinely cared for his extended family and wanted to see them succeed in life. His heart was as big as his fists, and he is truly missed. I wanted to shoot something from the hip real quick. Master Hughes took it upon himself to call me on a weekly basis after I got crunched up. And he talked me through things that we had both had to deal with, and he got me back into life and back on top of things. And during one of those conversations, I saw some humor that I'd never heard out of Mr. Hughes. I think it was humor, anyway. And he said, "Son, you sound much better." He goes, "It sounds like you've learned to accept the pain." And I said, "Yes, sir." And he goes, "It even sounds like you've learned to make the pain your friend, almost to the point that it feels good." And I said, "Yes, sir." "Well, don't take that too far." And I go, "Sir?" He goes, "For instance, sometimes I like to have Mrs. Hughes chase me around the house and beat me with a stick because it feels good." And I'm like, "Sir, that is just a picture of you and little Mrs. Hughes I do not need stuck in my head." And it is still in my head to this day. That is the Master Hughes that I came to know and love. I am second-generation Docs. Mr. Ferguson in the back over there is third-generation Docs. And Master Platt that I mentioned is first. Thank you, folks, for listening.
While he is here, it seems like Japanese wives never get the recognition that they so deserve. A lot of wives don't. Well, the association wants to relieve that. The Association Directors Appreciation Award is now being awarded to Ms. Akinya Hughes. And, of course, Scott will make sure that she gets it. All right? That was for her. Okay.
One more thing. This is incredible because Mrs. Hughes was just talking to Master Platt just last week, saying how much she still missed Victor's presence and having him around. And so this right here, she's going to be stunned. Stunned. Thank you, sir.
Very happy to help out.
Thank you.
All right. Well. Matt? You wrote the letter. I'll let you read it.
Inspiration of the Year, Joe Tomanchik. Joe continued to train through suffering injuries and general life issues while being challenged. Joanna has stayed in focus which was extremely difficult. However, she managed to stay the course through the difficult times and challenges and was able to certify to a higher level in Krav Maga. Joanna continued her journey, earning her blue belt at Invictus Martial Arts. She's earning this year's Inspiration of the Year award. Joe. Hot now.
When you come up, you got hot step off and then, no?
No, not today.
I'm not gonna hug you.
She also participated in the beach workout, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, everybody that went to that was like, whoa.
Y'all, Oh, William J. Modesecki, he was our pastor to open up the services last night, and he has been called away. I put him in as Inspiration of the Year for the main reason. When you hear a person, if they talk the talk, have they walked the walk? This man does. He runs a recovery church at our facility here in Palm Coast, and he has saved the souls of many individuals that have been on alcohol, drugs, or combination. And it takes a strong man to have a strong will to make them even better. He now runs 2 or 3 other churches, one at Daytona Beach that needed his presence today. That's why he's not here tonight. I will ask permission from our pastor if I can have the podium or the pulpit just for a moment to award this in our church, all right? If you think it's okay, put your hands together and I'll pass that on. Okay. Right there. Is that Modesecki? Should be. Right here. Okay, thank you. Pioneer of the Year. This person will say he does not deserve anything in pioneer or whatever, and kiss my backside and all this good stuff. Everything he does, he always looks for an answer. He looks for the question first, because when he's searching for the answer, everything comes up extremely profound, if you will. And it makes the martial arts so much better. People look upon him and as a guide. He is the Lewis and Clark of the martial arts. You've met him. You've seen him. He's sitting over there. He's my brother from a different mother. And I love this guy. Hanshi Clarence B. Murray, Pioneer of the Year.
Thank you so much. I am honored. Thank you.
Good. Have a good evening. Jason? Read away.
This is the Platinum Life Achievement Award. Penny Shannon started training in martial arts in the early 1980s. She founded Shinnekai Karate Studios in Whitfield, Virginia. Now Shinnekai Martial Arts. She had a rough road ahead of her being a woman when it was then a male-dominated sport, and she was the main instructor of Shinnekai until 2005, when she turned the dojo over to her son. Even though she is semi-retired, the draw to teaching and passion for martial arts still keeps her on the dojo floor. Along with working privately with many students, she has been nominated into the USMAAA different occasions over the past several years. We'd like to call Grandmaster Hanshi Penny Shannon up to receive your Platinum Life Achievement.
Isn't it, you know, and it's not even Christmas time.
It's beautiful.
Congratulations. Wonderful. Give it up, please. Golden Life Achievement. Golden Life. When you mention that, Golden Life is 31 to 40 years. Whoa, that's a long time. We have two recipients. One, Grandmaster John Paul Mosley. I had to mail it to him. He was unable to show. I just want to mention his name. However, the other has just left this podium, and we would like for him to return. Grandmaster Jason Gilliam, please come up. We have a long way to go. Give it up again. Silver Life Achievement. Silver, 20 to 31 years. Most people retire in their job between 20 and 31 years. But this guy here from Goshen Jiu-Jitsu, all right, is sticking with it, and he loves it. Justin K. Roshan. Also, let's see, what is this here? This says Master. I have her up there. Oh, so, Invictus Martial Arts. You saw her walk up here. She accepted a gift that most people would not. She had to give a gift years ago. A wonderful woman. She is also my sister from a different mother, Stephanie Enkoviak. Master Nelson, please come up. Nathaniel, where might you be parked? I need your presence. I made it a requirement to write justifications for some, and I felt it was necessary for those who wrote the justification to read it. Is that Larry?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Supreme Grand Master of the Year by Master Nathaniel Jr. Grandmaster Lockhart Jr. is my instructor of over 19 years. He is the reason for much of the success of Austin Karate Center. That is my karate dojo. Although he has a past criminal record which he does not deny. He has used his martial arts to pull himself from the life he had as a young man in his early 20s. He has taught the lessons of why martial arts is important and have kept many off the streets, including myself. He has given many a place to call home and not just a place to train. There are so many reasons why he should be inducted versus not, and I will personally vouch for him as I would not be here today without his guidance.
He's not able to be here tonight, so this young man will accept it for. I've known I've known Larry when he was just a toddler. I've known his father many, many years. He was a trooper in the Department of Public Safety in Texas. Fine man, fine martial arts. Larry, he sadly asked for forgiveness for not being able to show up. And there's no problem with that. So give him what, y'all? There you go. All right? Good. Good. I like this. Grand Master of the Year, Matthew D. Ankoviak. That's him. Master Richard Cluck, CPS, is a former senior instructor at Executive Security International, specializing in counter surveillance, protective, detail movements, as well as tactical and defensive firearms training, as is the director of security of an international magazine publishing firm, as well as the CEO of the Fifth Profession, an executive protection company which founded the Fifth Triad training program, training regime incorporating aggressive disciplines, which is a progressive training program for the like-minded and trained individuals seeking a multidimensional and serious approach to gunfighting tactics. He is certified by the Department of Public Safety Standards and Training for instruction of SWAT teams within the state of Oregon, whose mission is also to provide dignitary protection. A certified NRA law enforcement shotgun and handgun instructor for over 25 years, experience as an instructor and practitioner of various weaponized and empty hand martial skills. Master Cluck has also, Master Cluck has more than 25 years experience in the executive protection field, which includes high and low profile details, international witness protection, corporate and celebrity clients, working in conjunction with the U.S. Marshal Service, U.S. Secret Service, FBI, and served overseas agencies as well as local law enforcement agencies. He has operated in Central America, London, and Africa. Master Cluck is an 8th degree black belt. You weren't when I wrote this. As an 8th degree black belt in the art of Shinai Wushu, and the Oregon State Director of the United States Martial Artists Association, Grand Master of the Year, Richard Cluck. Please come up. Oh, do it again. Come on, do it again. I lost my place. Oh, tough. Where are we? Master of the Year is a 5th or 6th degree black belt. Krav Maga Master Brian Bowles. All right. He is my other surrogate son. Oh, it's mine. You just ripped it right off of there. Golly. I'm walking wounded. Where art thou? Ishigairu Karate Do, Master James A. Pierce.
You know, when your daddy gets old, you have to dress him something else.
Now he will wipe the drool, and since I cannot reach very far, he has to clean back there too. Smart mouth me, sucker. Oh my goodness. Taekwondo, Master Buck Maples, Master of the Year. Oh, hide behind me. Congratulations, brother. Appreciate it. You got it. Thank you very much. Want to do it again? Instructor of the Year, Lockhart Combative System, Greg Presti. How you doing, Junior? Congratulations, my friend. That's what martial artists do. Yep. Right? Da-da-da-da-da-da. Instructor of the Year, Ishigairu Karate Do, James W. Teeler, Jr. Are y'all hands getting tired and hot yet? You notice I always have a different approach. I know you guys are going to get tired of all that, but it's all right. You can. Associate Instructor of the Year. Anybody know what Associate Instructor is? It's somebody that takes my place, takes the senior's place. And I've grabbed him. I said, you need to watch your class because I have to step in the other room, make a phone call, whatever, and come back. And he'd already accomplished what I wanted him to do, and then he even stepped up the bat a little bit more. And he continued the lesson that wasn't on the lesson plan. Oh, that's right. We don't have a lesson plan, do we? But he did a wonderful job. Shane Lai.
So this one is also going to be an Associate Instructor of the Year. It's a little different and unusual. So this individual is one of my martial arts students, but also is my training sergeant on the police department. He's not present with us tonight, but his wife is. Sergeant William Ramsey is also Associate Instructor of the Year from Invictus Martial Arts, specific to our law enforcement training section. Lieutenant Ramsey, would you come up?
Student of the Year. We love to recognize students. They come in all shapes and sizes, but these people are the ones that make us as instructors feel so worthwhile. And this one here is Krav Maga. Richard F. Tomansik. Please come up.
So when I was doing these categories this year, Richard was clearly, out of the adults, he's the most supportive martial arts student we've got for our adults. Likewise, we have a very supportive junior martial artist. This year, United States Martial Arts Association Student of the Year for the junior category is Miss Sophie Phipps. Improved Student of the Year. It gives me great thrill to give this award to anybody that has improved student award abilities. We see students come along and they are stumbling or whatever, and then somewhere along the line, the light comes on, and they say, oh gosh, I should have had a V8. And it's okay. Some of you know what that comes from, and some don't. But when that moment comes, when they get that light of inspiration, and it comes from within them, not from anywhere else, and now they become a qualified student, but has gone an extra step that makes you stand up like a proud daddy. Your chest goes out and say, yeah, that's my little girl. Whoa. Didn't I tell you folks to turn this off? In Maryland, I made an announcement. We had CIA, FBI called, and they were expecting the individual to be coming that they didn't know that was going to be around. And so I asked everybody in the auditorium, we had 135 people there, if they'll please turn off their phones. All right, I'm in the middle of doing whatever. I had an active security company, and I needed to be on contact all the time, and I forgot about me. Lo and behold, they needed me. I'm looking around and say, well, all right, okay, whose phone? And then I get closer to the podium. I go, oops. They go, uh-huh. They all stood up, and they pointed, you. And I said, I deserve it. I deserve it. But anyway, the person I was talking about, they're a delight when they make a most improved. Sherry Tomansik, please come up.
I'm going? Yeah. I don't care. It's the only time my wife will let me hug people. We're going to bring up the next two people. They're my students. They came to me, and I'd already told the story about one of them. Mama gave me some information, or somebody did, and I was on this poor kid like stink on poo. We had our difference of opinion. He couldn't figure out, why does this man hate me? And I didn't. I was just reacting to stimuli. Well, he went home, couldn't figure out. Next day, same old, but I lightened up a little bit. He went home. He had some issues at the house for whatever reason. He comes back to class. I mean, I said, dude, you look tired. Have a seat and stay there for the duration of today's class. Okay, class is over. I said, come here, let's talk. I said, you've never been this way to me. And I said, what's in it? Immediately he started crying. I said, hey, you can talk to me, all right? That's what I'm here for. He gave me his story. I said, hey, it's all good. And I gave him some remedies that worked. He has come a long way. Now, this next person is a sibling. You may have to look very hard to find out who's who. They're twins. And you know how twins are. You know, I said, well, they're identical. It's hard for me to keep them apart. I don't know if you'll be able to tell the difference between the two. I love both of these kids. I really do. Terrific family. Most important student of the year, both of them. They stumble. One of them still stumbles a little bit because of dyslexia. But I showed her how to overcome the dyslexic issue. She does her forms, and sometimes she'll put loser on her head, which actually directs her to go in the proper avenue. And it works for her. And I have other things that I've done for her, and it works also. Please give a warm congratulations, most improvement of the year, Jermaine V. Coit Jr. and his sister, Zoni V. Coit. Please give it up. See what I mean? Who's who? Jermaine's wearing the dress. Oh, I'm sorry. There you go, kiddo. Give me a hug, please. Love you, baby. And German. Oh, Jermaine. French. Congratulations. Give me a hug. Love you too, man. God bless.
There we go. Put it in there.
Double up. This next to the recipient, he's had some issues, but he has overcome those issues. It got to the point where I would ask him to do whatever, and he would do it. Cool. When he notices another student doing some techniques that are simple, but they're having a difficult way to overcome them, he jumps right in as if he was a teacher. And it's not being nice to him, but truly professional. He stepped up to the bat, and I didn't ask him to do it. He just went to do what and everything was so correct. Yeah. There are times when he loves to play with his friends, and he forgets about his own world. He goes into another world. But that's kind of unique for anybody. I forget where I'm at from time to time, and I'll go into another world. But that's called being old. But what can I say? Most improved student of the year, Kyrian A.E. Nance. Oh, there it is. Okay. Your haircut, bro. I like your suit. Thank you. Hope you told them. You like this? Yes, sir. Thank you. No hug, huh? Congratulations. One more time, please. All around practitioner of the year. When I look at this, I read it, that this person here does weapons, does fighting, competition, does everything. And one of these days, I'm going to challenge this individual, because whoever had this individual here as their student, which I know who they are very fortunate. All around practitioner of the year, Penny M. Pine. There we are. Over here. Yes, sir. Now say that what I did, but as if you're in the meeting.
Yes, sir.
But it's over there. Over there. No? I told you I'm not one to give it up while you're at it. That's all. Yes, sir. All right, do it. One of my students, you watched him test the other night, in the studio, he's, whenever he spars Shane, you always think World War III is about to happen. When he got pushed, it's okay. Some of the courage simply goes away, but that's all right. It comes back, because I know when he comes back to class after his vacation, when those two get together, God, I get scared. I was just watching, it's rough. John A. Stevenson.
So I've been doing the martial arts a couple of days, and in that time, I've had the privilege of fighting a lot of people. Some of the people that we would consider legends in the martial arts, been pushed by them, been banged by them. You get better by fighting better people. And as a now a Grand Master, it's hard to find people to push you. It's hard to find people that will challenge you, especially in the ring. Most of it because of respect or fear. I'm not sure which one dominates it more. The other cool thing is being a dad. When you're a dad, you don't get the opportunity often to see your son step up and become a man. And so this year, I've had the privilege of watching my legacy expand through the promotion of my son to first-degree black belt. One of the coolest experiences of my life to watch him do that. We're a family of martial artists. We have 3 black belts, and we debated whether it's a yellow belt and an orange belt out of our 22-year-old. We're not really sure which rank. But I will tell you guys, my son Blake, come on up here, Blake. Blake is not just a good sparring partner, but he's probably a generational fighter. And what I mean by that is I've seen a lot of people, and I'm not just touting him because he's my boy, because if you're over there, if you're my boy, it makes it worse for you. His black belt test was pretty brutal, as it's supposed to be. But I will tell you, I'm looking forward to him starting over as a white belt this August as he goes to University of Houston to start college after graduating Grace Preparatory this year. And when he gets down, he's going to be a white belt in jiu-jitsu and has an aspiring career as a fighter as well as sports media. So Blake Ankoviak, Sparring Practitioner of the Year.
Self-Defense Practitioner of the Year. You saw him perform last night. I think he did a wonderful job. Been one of my assistants for a while. I think I'm going to take him on as staff. Self-Defense Practitioner of the Year, Invictus Martial Arts, Max Powers. You don't count. Most dedicated black belt of the year, Korean Indonesian arts. You met his better half earlier. Tyler C. Pine, please come up. Ishikairu, most dedicated under black belt of the year. We love these people. No more than we love the black belt of the year. But an underbelt, when you see somebody that dedicated, why aren't they a black belt now? You always ask that. It's just not time. But Donald C. Williams will make that time one day. Come on up, son.
All right, United States Martial Arts Association. Also, we're another recognition for most dedicated under black belt. In martial arts, we have a title called Senpai. Senpai is a very special title. It means a senior student. This student embodies what the master instructor expects, models both in class, in action, word. But I'll tell you, we also have a fun little term for this called gym rat. Y'all have been around a minute, know what I'm talking about. If the gym's open, they're there. If the gym's not open, we actually think they might be there. In this particular category, it'd be Kelsey Stotler, my senpai. Come on up, Kelsey. She's accompanied tonight by Hershey Bar, or Herschel. She'll be having her baby. That's probably why we're not getting her black belt right now.
Most dedicated under black belt of the year. I'm going to send you another certificate, but you're going to take this one home. Korea is not Koran. I will send a good one to you. Carson J. Trinetti. Come over here, son. Congratulations. Corals is correct. Korean Indonesian style. Most dedicated under black belt, his sister, Coral L. Trinetti. What do you think? Congratulations. How about that? Now that you cracked your finger, you just realize how big that knuckle's gonna be? Just like that. Would that be a pretty hand? Yeah. I don't think so. Congratulations. Give me a hug. Take a picture. Wait a minute. The camera's not that fast. Come over here and smile. Hey, come on. Thank you. The Trinetti's family, they need a shopping cart. Hey, I tell you, when a family does martial arts together, you have a stronger family. God forbid if they ever get in an argument because they know everybody else's thing. Stacy L. Trinetti, please come on in. What, you want me to stand by her? You going to take a picture? No. Got a heck of a photographer. Outstanding contributions to the martial arts. Shotokan Karate Do. This guy here, or anybody that does outstanding contributions, they give more than just working out with you. They do everything together. Chunk, you're going to have to tell us what's funny. Hey, Chunk, I'm talking to you, boy. What's so funny? Oh, okay. Quit tickling him. Anyway, outstanding contribution does not mean that you are a great workout and all this good stuff, but they do other things. They help out in the dojo. They help out in the community. That reflects on the dojo. And that's what James R. Matthew does. Please come on up. Outstanding contribution to the martial arts. She has helped the USMAA on a number of ideas on how to better get our name out there, how to advertise, and just a lot of great information. She was instrumental in the journal that some of you got today and had given a lot of advice. She is a blessing to the association. One that I forgot to mention earlier, and I was pointed out, you got this person over there, and I am so sorry, Master Penny El Patasi. This next person has the biggest heart that you can ever possibly imagine. She is a parent to other people, to her own children, but she's also acts as a parent to her grandchild. She does a wonderful job, and it's difficult. Especially sometimes grandchildren or whoever, they want to fight you back. And she's about as brave as they can be. We can't be so much proud of her than we are today. We watch her in church, and she is about the most Christian person I know. She is a delight. Parent of the Year, non-martial artist, Diane Yarborough. You've done a wonderful job, sweetheart. There's your certificate. This next category is Association Directors Award. There are people that they get noticed by husbands, wives, or whatever the case may be, but in silence. And everybody asks, well, don't you do anything special for this person? And they do. You never hear about it. The association doesn't hear about it. But when I'm witnessing certain things, this lady is so superb. If she's taking a picture, she puts her life in danger. She wants that perfect picture. When the bullet comes out, she wants the smoke. I'm out there, and I'm scared to death. I'm pointing down range, and she gets closer and closer, and I'm about to mess my drawers. And I'm just hoping for the best, because if I get nervous, I can actually make the gun go this way without intending. She'd be in the way. She got that perfect shot. But when my Judy was out there, she even got herself closer with the picture. You see this cloud. Oh, it was awesome. I think the woman's nuts. She's a sweetheart. And I know why Richard married her, because she is great. Roseanne Cluck, please come up. She works behind the scene, and she works her fanny off. Without her, I believe Rich would be lost. He will disagree, and then all of a sudden he will look at her and he will wink. I caught him that a few times. That's how he shows his love and devotion to that woman, and she deserves that and much more. We can only do what we can do as fellow humans. We all love you. Do y'all? Whether you do or not, give it up for her again. This next one, this gentleman here, he works doing things that some of you, I know some of the parents that I have dealt with, just simply lets it go over their head. I had 2 students that would be prime picking for what? For human trafficking. They were completely oblivious to the dangers around them. It's an ugly world, and what he does, he's putting his life on the line to rescue these people. I did a seminar that he had done, but I was more forceful than he was. He wanted to educate. I wanted to pound it in the heads of the people that's supposed to understand. I sent it to the parent. Did not read it. I know it, tore it up, and just let it go. Oh, they'll never get my daughter. They're the ones that they want. So I was color-coded. If these guys do not want what they get, they will get you. That's your son. That's your brother. All right? If I'm a human trafficker, I've got both of you. And I look at him. He's the right age, the right look that I want to exploit. I'm demanding questions. You tell me to go kiss my backside. Say it. I pull out a gun, boom, blow his head completely off. I will ask the question again. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's what they do, ladies and gentlemen, at all costs. They have no conscience whatsoever. When you look at your child, you hug that person because the next moment they may be gone. This man is one of the bravest people I know, doing a work that we hope would be eradicated sometime in the near future. I don't foresee it. I think this man's job is well there for a long, long time. Justin P. Simic, please, the Association Director's appreciation for what you do. Nelson, I need you. Nelson, I need you. Master Nathaniel, I need you. Rub-a-dub-a-dub-a-dub, da-da-da-da. Yeah. Hey, there you go, son.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Special individual achievement. I met this gentleman in stunts, fight choreography class while managing at a place called I Love Kickboxing. Later, we ended up hiring him at I Love Kickboxing. During our time working together, I would show him a lot of what I've learned, and he would soak it up. And then he entered in multiple point sparring competitions and won 0. I'm joking, he won all of them. While doing that, he was representing myself and our dojo. I would then take the same techniques that would work for him and apply them to Greg, who is our other black belt, and his training, and that's what helped us form our unique way of training at Austin Karate Center. In order to keep his profession as a stuntman, Donald decided to stay working part-time. He also trained at other gyms to keep his skills sharp. While doing so, he always referred others to myself and our school, who taught him Everyone always notices Donald is different. He already comes to me with skill sets. I just gave him a family where he basically can be a part of and be a belonging. And he always has made sure to put the word out about our dojo. So being a black belt and promoting our style outside of the dojo is his own way in his own way is why I nominated this gentleman, Mr. Donald Brooks.
Only if you speak reggae. That is the epitome of stereotyping. I'm already joked with this gentleman, and he takes it well. God bless you.
Started my law enforcement career in 1990. It's the first time I swore in. I've been a law enforcement officer for about 33 total years now. Public Servant of the Year, Lieutenant Stephanie Ramsey. Stephanie Ramsey stopped an active shooting event that was going to target a school in the Arlington area. There was a ninth grade student, eighth grade student that was past the planning stage, and due to her diligence and dedication to duty, she pressed forward with an investigation that most police officers would have failed to see as viable. Her actions not only stopped a clear and present danger to a vulnerable school community, but likely saved the lives of both the suspect and countless students. The student had a specific target list. He was a student with mental health issues from a foster care and adoptive situation. Due to Lieutenant Ramsey's actions, the suspect received the mental health services that person needed and is now placed in an alternative education program and is thriving. She received a Meritorious Service Award from our department as well. Lieutenant Ramsey. Excellent job. Oh.
Did you get it?
This next category is Catherine Tomanchik. Come up. Public Servant of the Year, Medical Services. The first year we've awarded the Medical Services Public Servant of the Year. Ms. Tomanchik is a registered nurse. She also serves as a security professional, both on the Department of Public Safety as well as for her church, where she volunteers as a protection officer, bodyguard for the pastors, and as a medical person as a volunteer. Public Servant of the Year, EMT, Catherine Tomanchik. That's her fiance over there. Mr. John Wagner, come up. John Wagner, come up. Public Servant of the Year, Executive Protection. Mr. John Wagner actually retired Captain John Wagner of the United States Army, a decorated war veteran, also serves as a public servant, executive protection specialist, as a volunteer for his church, as well as assists as a reserve officer for the Department of Public Safety. John Wagner, Executive Protection, Public Servant of the Year. Yeah, by the way, he's also one of my students, 84 years old, and does everything without quarter that every other student does.
Oh, my goodness. You saw this next individual. He's the epitome of happy. He can kick you, he can hurt you, and have a smile. He even sounds very young. I don't know how old he is. I don't care, but he's a great martial artist. School of the Year. I had the pleasure of watching it on video, and everything I saw about it, everything that came out about it is where you should be working out. Nelson Nathaniel Jr. I don't even know if Chunk's camera worked, but who cares? This is our last category, and I brought this category in, oh gosh, maybe 2017. Jeff, was it? You were the first to receive it. I can't tell you what it is just right now. Anyway, it's been a while. And what I do, I look at this, I say, you get martial arts that have to leave for some reason. Something in their life has them going into a different avenue, and they recognize it after a while and decide to come back home where they belong. That's what this young lady has done. And she's still seeking out other avenues, which I think she'll be very, very good at. I wanted her to test here, and then she said, no. I said, okay, in that case, well, you'll do the national anthem. And then she almost started crying and said, I can't get in front of people. But that's okay. Some people can, some cannot. I can BS with the best of them. She's a Krav Maga practitioner. She's back practicing. From what I understand, she is practicing very heavily. Please welcome Heather Bowles. Oh, that was a quick one. And ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. We've had some good, we had some great, and I even provided a few tears. That's okay. Somebody says, you know, you call yourself a man, but you cry like a baby. I said, that's right. Don't ever question that I show my emotions, because emotions makes me stronger. And a good, honorable warrior will cry. A warrior will cry over the death of their horse, their dog, their kingdom. But don't ask why. They will tell you, you would not want the answer. It's too painful to bear. I've said goodbye to a lot of brave people. Some people that you cannot even recognize. It's ugly. I failed to cry on them. I couldn't bring myself to it. It is what it is in a wartime situation. However, it makes me feel good when I do. All of you that suppress your feelings because you're a man. No, you're not. No, you're not. So, yeah, you're just like a little old woman. Well, I tell you what, you ever try to have a baby? I bow down to any lady that has had a child. Because can you imagine that little thing coming out of that little spot? No way. Hey, I'm not politically correct. I'm not apologizing. All of you that got promoted tonight, please come up. There's 5 of you. Told you, I'm going to bring you back up here. Please. I've got 2 grandmasters that have no idea what's going on. It's a photo shoot. Supreme Grandmaster, I need your butt up here too, woman. All right. Come together in the middle. Right there. All right. Right there. Face them. All right. These are new promotees. Supreme Grandmaster, 10th degree. 2 Grandmasters, 8th degree. Nidon, that's a 2nd degree. Shodan, 1st degree. He's got his work cut out for him, and I'm sure make Grandmaster Cluck and Grandmaster and Koviak extremely pleased with what they see. Go ahead and take your picture. and we want to see it online before the morning. Ooh. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for them, please. Thank you. Oh, my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Shane, John, I need you. I forgot to give these to you. These are your report cards. Wow, that many? All right, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5. These are yours. There are notes in there. Please read them over. And there should be 4 here for you too, buddy. There you go. All right? Read the information and all of the stuff that you had failed. Work hard to get it back up. All right, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your travels. You've come far. To me, it's a dangerous travel coming from wherever you come from, and it's going to be dangerous going home. I've already talked to the Lord to watch out for your journey, wherever that may take you, and that you will be safe and sound when you get home. As my preacher used to say before we lost him, I love you and there's nothing you could do about it. God bless you and have a safe one. Thanks for coming.